Hello everybody, today I'm sitting on the Tank 500 and it's also my first time to test driving this car. And today they also released a very impressive new car, that is Tank 500 H4T, which is a kind of PHEV electric vehicle. And to sit inside the whole interior, we can see here is a lesser steering wheel and two shift pedals behind the steering wheel, which can bring the whole car more sporty. And whole material around the interior are pretty good, wooden combined with the chrome. And also in the center there's a small clock, and the many off-road functions can change the whole vehicle into different functions. And also inside is a shift pedal here. There are some crystal decoration panel upon on the shift pedal, so it's very good. And also this is a button to change the driving mode. Just sitting inside the Tank 500, you can easily find out and realize that this car is a treasure. If you really want to know more, you really need to buy this car to know more. So just for the test driving routes, it's very limited and I can't tell you much. So let's test driving. Honestly, to tell everyone, I think the whole car, because the height, I think the whole car is very high and very good for the view in front of you. You can easily recognize every details through you, but it will have some shortcomings of the right angle because the whole car is too high. And also I think even though this car doesn't have air suspension, but still the whole system is very stable to cover the bumps on the road. But you won't imagine that comfortable, but it's suitable for most situations. The driving mode we are using now is the normal mode. Standard mode is quite useful for most situations. The system is changing to the sport mode, and I can honestly tell you, I think the length of the braking is a little bit long, so you need to take a little bit time to use to that. But I think it's fair because this car is targeted for both with off-road and for daily use. So it's okay to let you have some time to use a full lap. And for its main competitor, Toyota Cruise, I think its braking system is much longer. And now I am testing the Uturn because many people may feel curious about the U-turn angle of such vehicle. I can honestly say this car's U-turn angle is very good. It won't let you feel that this car is very big and very long, but still the whole car is around 5 meters long and the wheelbase definitely over 3,000 millimeters. So it's a very big and very sporty and a very aggressive off-road family SUV. And now there are many vibrations, there are many bumps on the road, and I can feel some vibrations through the ground. But still, it's good enough. Another thing I want to mention is about the steering, because this car is very big, but maybe you will feel a little bit confused. Is it really easy to control the steering? I can say it's very easy. You won't feel that you will have a very long space while you want to change the corner. So you can feel this car steering is very accurate. But compared with small sedans, it's still a little bit bigger. So I will take some aggressive. Now I step on the pedal very aggressive. You can feel the whole power combined together immediately without any reactions. So it's very sporty. And now I will change another mode. 4H mode, you will turn off the ESP system, but it's very hard to test the details under such mode because 4H mode is much more suitable for the situation on the off-road, like sand, like the mountains. In such mode, I can feel the whole wheels under the suspension are working together for one target, that is, get out of this situation. And another highlight of this car, I think, is the HUD system. And today is quite hot and sunlight is very strong, and if you just sit behind the windshield, it's very hard to recognize the front. But still, the HUD display is very clear, so it can tell you the exact speed and the lines, the length. And also, if you use GPS to guide your destination, it will also offer you enough information. But still, this car also has basic assist driving system, like it can keep the car and the speed under the lens. In Chinese standard, that we call it 2.0 assistant. Okay, the 4H driving system so hard to test under the city road, so I won't show more. It also has other 4 modes like sand, snow, dirt, many different kinds of off-road situations that you can choose. But the best mode I like is the economics. The whole power system will be more gentle, and also the braking system are more accurate with your feet. But still, in the end, I think the only shortcoming of this car is the length of the braking. Maybe because of the design, or maybe because of the hardware system. You really need to use to that, but it's much more better than most electric SUVs, especially the Audi Q4 that I have test driving that. I can say that car's braking system was kind of disaster. But for this car, okay, for this size, for this weight, and also for this target consumers, I think the braking system of this car is okay. Anyway, if you really like this car and you really like the exterior or the material of the interiors, I think you should have one for yourself, and you can deeply enjoy this car. And also, H4T is a kind of PHEV electric car, so it's more suitable and will give you more sincerity for you to use it. Like the H4T version can support the electric discharge. That means this car is not only for off-road but also can support you for another lifestyle. Hello everyone, here is Tank 500, and typically off-road SUV. It's much larger than Tank 300 and it has more functions than Tank 300. And let me introduce the exterior, and you can see the intake grille are all combined with chrome, and in the center is their logo. And just stand behind the Tank 300, I can now all inside the camera because this car is so big. So I will readjust some parameters. This car is 570 millimeters long, 1,934 millimeters width, and 1,905 millimeters high. So this car is very big, and it also has, they call it commercial or business version. It will be a little bit smaller because it's only 4 seats, but it doesn't matter. And typically the car is very cool, and the highlights inside are Tank logo, and the whole chrome and the fog headlights are all combined with that the car more unique and more connected, like unified. Okay, let's go to the side. It's not that big, maybe 20 inches alloy wheels, because this car it must think about the off-road situation. So if the wheel is too big, it will, it will, especially the tire will very easy be broken on the bad situations road. But still, it's fine. And also, I really like the material of the handle, even though it's not like pop out or hidden handle, but still the handle is very cool, but also a little bit easy to leave your prints. But still, imagine while you are driving this car on an off-road, the traditional handle will be easier to use because it's easier to out and in. And also for most situations, most versions of this car, you all have stairs, so you can easily climb get into the car, no matter the front row or back row. And you can check the material of the whole car is very, very good. All the wooden on the armrest, leather combined with the chrome and big speakers. And also inside the cup holders on the door, there are some leather in it. That's quite insane. And I will show you some shots of the driving seat and co-pilot seat. I won't talk much because I have already mentioned in my driving pass. I will show the space of the back row. Let me show you. Okay, it's also very easy to climb inside. Here are the space of the back row. You can see because the GMW redesigned the system of the suspension. Back row space is very wide and very big. It's all empty and have enough space for your head, height, and legs. And the sunroof can totally cover on the front. And also, I really like the pocket behind the front chair. It's not leather, but it's very stubborn. So I think it can stretch it over many times. I will definitely not prefer the net version or other version, but the solid combined with plastic and leather material within the pocket is quite useful. And also it has many armrests on the side row, so it really consider about the situation of the off-road situation. But I think the top material is a little bit weakness because in today's Chinese market, carbon fiber or leather on the top is very, very common on around 100,000 Chinese yuan. Most cars can give you such material, but indeed the whole car, okay. Also the armrest of the back is very good. There's a little LCD screen, wireless charging, and a storage. Also, it's a cup holder, quite useful, and it's an off-road SUV. And also there is a curtain, can cover the sunlight and also protect your privacy. And the air vent are also chrome color decoration of those physical buttons and the piano pin. I really like that, very clean. Can let you feel the car is very clean. And at last, this car has 7-seat version and 4-seat or 5-seat version. So that's the most interesting part of the car. The rear trunk, the rear is open widely. Okay, it's a little bit heavy. And this is a 5-seat version. You can see the trunk space very big, and on the door, there are many holders. All this combined with the whole storage, so you can put lots of stuff like for your outdoor activity. And there are many hooks you can hook your stuff. And here are 220 volts, 400 watts electric drive, and also the chair can fold down to give you a longer space. Only this space you can put inside your tent, your personal stuff. Maybe 4 suitcases. If you fold down the rear seat, I think you can put inside a small home. And also I really like the way how to open it. And also it's a back tire, it's useful, and also the decoration panel indeed, and back camera. And I don't have time to show the auto parking of the car because our time is very limited, but this car supports auto parking. So well, even if you feel this car is too big, you can park automatically.